Now, on PBC Face to Face.
There's a lot of people who think Keith doesn't have the fire no more, he doesn't have the passion no more.
One of the world's best pound-for-pound fighters.
There's people who were predicting that I was about to retire, and by no means am I going to retire. I'm still a current undefeated world champion.
Sweeping right, top spot, Thurman!
Makes his return after a 22-month layoff.
I only have one time to live this life, one time to build up this legacy, one time to get the money, baby.
And steps in the ring against a local legend with a famous nickname.
The Riverside Rocky!
I've always had the Rocky feel, the Rocky vibe, the Rocky training, just kind of fit perfectly.
But before Josesito Lopez and Keith Thurman go toe-to-toe,
stand by.
they'll first go face to face.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
The last 22 months of my life have been boring, frustrating, back-to-back injuries, one doctor to another doctor. A little depressing, man, but we're happy to be back. You're only as good as your last fight. And there's a lot of truth to that.
After Keith Thurman defeated Danny Garcia in early 2017, the unified champion suffered an elbow injury that sidelined him for months. His return to the ring was then delayed further because of a hand injury. It wasn't until the middle of 2018 that the 30-year-old Thurman was finally cleared to start his comeback.
It's the comeback that's inspiring. I'm back. I'm back. And when I'm back, it's going to be hard to get rid of me. You better pray for another injury. I'm always looking for that W. I'm always looking for that victory. And even while I'm boxing, I'm always looking for that big counterpunch. I'm always looking for that one shot, even if it's not there, even if I don't accomplish it. That's why the name is Keith One Time Thurman.
Thurman puts his undefeated 28-0 record on the line against a fighter with nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Josesito Lopez is a journeyman. He's recently switched trainers. He's had 3 consecutive victories in a row. He seems like he's putting together maybe a few pieces of the puzzle that he was missing once upon a time. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm confident that I'm gonna box, shake off the dust, and then drop some bombs. He better be in the gym, hitting the heavy bag, listen to his coach, working on technique, working with his sparring partners, blocking all the check hooks, blocking all the straight right hands, because when I hit him, that's a puncher. You know, I don't see Josesito Lopez beating me.
I think I'll always be the underdog. I'll always have that underdog mentality, no matter what. I face tough fighters, the biggest fighters there is. I've gone against the biggest challenges, but no matter if I'm not the underdog, I have that underdog mentality.
Better known as the Riverside Rocky, Josesito Lopez turned pro in 2003. Now 34 and never afraid to take on the best, the California native is looking for his 4th straight victory, a win that will deliver him the WBA welterweight belt. Lopez has already fought a few of the sport's biggest names in Canelo Alvarez and Victor Ortiz, whom Lopez defeated in 2012.
They stopped it! And Josesito Lopez pulls off the upset of the year!
I think more than anything, never underestimate what you can do. I went into that fight knowing this was the opportunity of a lifetime, the opportunity that could change my life, and I wasn't gonna let it go. But that night, I wasn't gonna go home a loser. There was no beating me that day.
For this young man, the moment of a lifetime.
From the age of 10, well into his 20s, Lopez was trained by Andy Suarez. Suarez, who died in 2006, was much more than a trainer to the young fighter. But with Robert Garcia now in his corner, Lopez has won his last 3 bouts.
I made a promise to my mom and myself a few years ago that I'm gonna be a world champion. When I made that move to Robert Garcia, I knew that was my opportunity. and not just me wanting to be a world champion, but it can actually happen. I'm more prepared than I've ever been in my life, and I don't care to try to convince anybody that this is the fight that's gonna be my biggest fight. But on January 26th, I'm gonna be a world champ.
March 4th, 2017. Keith Thurman had it all. He was 28 and fresh off becoming the unified world champion in one of the sport's premier weight classes.
This is your boy Keith, one-time Thurman, and still champion of the world.
Nobody could stop him in the ring. But as it turned out, injuries could. Right elbow surgery was followed by a bruised left hand. Now, 22 months since his career-defining victory over Danny Garcia, Thurman will have to show that his signature knockout power and the mindset of a champion remain.
It's just been a long layoff. It's had its ups and downs, some depressing moments, but I got a warrior in front of me here today. I'm a gladiator. I've always been a gladiator. I look forward to being back in that arena and dominating like I always have.
Josesito, you hear the respect there. You got a warrior in front of me. After your last victory in April, you came out and told the media, I am the perfect opponent for Keith Thurman's comeback. Why'd you say that?
Yeah, I think it's my opportunity. It's my time. I know Keith Thurman's a really good champ, and I feel like I'm just as good, if not better, and I need to prove that.
The prevailing theme will be 2 years away from the ring. The injured hand, the injured elbow. How will Keith one-time Thurman know he's back to the same level of 2 years ago, beating Danny Garcia in the Barclays Center?
It's just all about the speed, the power, the technique. None of that was lost, you know. It's just been on hold. So we're just bringing all that back into the ring and showcasing my skills and my talent to the world through via Josesito Lopez.
Josesito, when Keith was asked, what does Josesito Lopez represent to him? He said, he's a good fighter, but he's a journeyman. How does that sit with you?
Yeah, you could think that. I think I want him to know, don't underestimate me. You know, I've had some battles in previous years, but I'm back and better than ever. And, you know, on January 26th, he's going to find out.
And that's what I look forward to. I heard about his new trainer, 3 victories in a row. Maybe someone's put some pieces to the puzzle together for him. He sees a better picture whenever he's in the ring. He might be boxing smarter, might be boxing harder. We'll see.
But I've definitely been there before. I know what it takes. I know the feeling. It's somewhere where I've been before. I live the underdog life. And on January 26th, I'm going in against one of the best welterweights I know out there. And that's something that I know, and it's something that I'm ready for.
Josesito, how much do you believe there could be a chance you're looking at damaged goods across from you?
I'm not counting on damaged goods. I know Keith Thurman's a good fighter, a good champion. He's represented his title well. And I look forward to going into battle with him. I just feel like my skill, my power, and my will come into effect and overcome.
I want to bring back one time. I want to bring back my strength. As it's stated today, I'm faster, you know, I'm fitter, and I'm stronger, baby. And that's what you're going to see January 26th.
Keith, how do you know you're still the same guy?
Because I wake up as Keith Thurman every day, baby, you know. Nothing's really changed here. And really, being a champion for me is all right here. Nobody controls what I do right here. My level of focus, my drive, my desires. And the beautiful part about boxing is, yeah, there's all that talk, there's all that hype, but I just love to scrap, baby. You, me, and the referee. That's what I live for, and that's what I die for.
Josesito Lopez followed his older brother into the ring and began boxing at the age of 8. He became a high school cross-country star, too. But it was boxing that won out, in large part because of Andy Suarez, who began training him as a 10-year-old. and later helped raise him after Lopez's father was sent to prison. Suarez died in 2006, but Lopez always remembers his guidance. The 34-year-old has never had anything given to him in a career that spanned nearly 16 years, with 36 victories and 7 losses.
I want to talk about that better, stronger, different Josesito 2.0, if you will. You're 3-0 with Robert Garcia in your corner. You're also 34 years old. Can you teach an aging dog new tricks? How are you different?
I'm not necessarily a different fighter. Robert Garcia has sharpened up my skills, sharpened up all aspects of my boxing, defense, offense, and really reignited the fire that I had in me and got me ready to this point.
How do you beat Keith Thurman?
My skill, my power, and my will show this fight.
He thinks he's gonna out-endure me. He thinks he's got more than I have, more gas in the tank, more will in the heart. We'll see. I'm not a believer, though, obviously.
Why do you have more will than Josesito, Keith?
I was born with it. It's what got me here today. It's why I'm still undefeated. In that ring, I fight for my life. The cameras, they're just there for fun. The judge, he's there to keep it clean. All I ever live for in this life is the action I get inside the ring. Daily life, very mundane. There's nothing special about it. But to be in the ring with another man that's trained for decades to be a world-class fighter and to outperform him, that's what I live for. I love the sport of boxing. I'm happy to be back. I'm looking forward to this fight, January 26th.
Josesito, that's a long stare for one time right there. Any of that scare you?
No. I have no fear. No, there's no intimidation. I don't try to intimidate any fighter or get intimidated by any fighter. I face them all. I have no fear.
Been there, done that.
And, you know, when it comes to this fight, we're going to be in the ring by ourselves. We're going to duke it out, and the best man's going to come out on top.
Keith, why should he be afraid of you?
You don't have to be afraid to get beat down.
Nope.
You know, you can be as prideful as any other fighter. You know, it's not going to change the results. So I look forward to it. I look, you know, ironically enough, because I am a world-class fighter, I look forward to getting punched in the face. It's all about the actions, all about the fight. I do think we're going to have an exciting fight, a tremendous fight. But I also don't think it's going to be a 12-round fight.
What does a win like this against a name this big, considering everything you've been through to your journey here, what would that mean to you?
Well, although I've fought many big fighters before, I consider this one my biggest fight up to date, most important, and I'm going into this fight with one of the best, so I'm prepared for it.
Now, Josesito, Keith comes in as the favorite. What are the odds makers not seeing? When you look at him, the man, the fighter, what are his weaknesses?
I wouldn't say he has too many weaknesses. I just have abilities that haven't necessarily been shown, and they will come into fruition January 26th, and he's going to find out.
No weaknesses over here, my man. You know, I like to say in sports, you can know the other team's play. It doesn't mean that you can stop it. In that ring, it's him versus me. That's all that matters. And that's what I want to see January 26th.
Keith, let's talk about this fight from a tactical standpoint, from the man who will be standing across the ring from you. How do you break down what he brings to the table?
He's got long arms. He throws punches and bunches. And that's what I'm looking forward to. How many combinations is Josesito Lopez going to throw in the opening rounds? How conservative is he going to be? Is he going to touch and go? How bad are they going to work the body? Because, you know, the critics say I can't get hit to the body, so, you know. That's the beautiful part about the sport. We can talk, but once when we get in the ring, it's all going to show. It's all going to be on the table. If he's in trouble, can't nobody help him. If I'm in trouble, can't nobody help me. And that's the fight game.
Let's talk about how you have overcome these challenges to be the underdog and to win. You're the Riverside Rocky. You fit that role perfectly. That doesn't mean you always win fights because you're the faster or stronger guy. It comes down to intangibles a lot of time. Why are you different? Why are you different than maybe even different than Keith Thurman?
I think in many ways, I'm not always going to be the best, the fastest, the strongest, but I will be the bravest, and I will overcome a lot of obstacles. And I think January 26th is going to be one of those obstacles where I will overcome whatever he brings to the table, and I'm going to come out on top.
This is a great opportunity for him in his career. This is a world title shot event. This changes his whole life to get over this obstacle that's right in front of him. And that should spark the fire in him, in his training camp, in his team, to really push to bring his best foot forward. And we may see that the Josesito Lopez that comes in the ring on January 26th is not the Josesito Lopez of the past. I hope to see a better, smarter, braver, stronger Josesito Lopez and still overcome and still defeat him. That's what I want.
Their careers have taken different paths. Keith Thurman, the undefeated world champion, and Josesito Lopez, the journeyman who suffers but never quits. But when they meet in the ring, each will have something to prove. For Thurman, that 2 years out of the spotlight hasn't detracted from his greatness. And for Lopez, that his unlikely shot at the title would not go wanting.
Josesito, we've seen you break Victor Ortiz's jaw before. We know there's pop in there. Is there any chance you can knock out Keith Thurman on January 26th?
There's absolutely a chance. It hasn't been done yet, but it can happen. I have the power to do that.
Them are fighting words where I come from, Keith.
We'll see, you know. I know I'm definitely the stronger fighter, but my name one time is a double-edged sword. Yes, it's true, one time can happen to me, you know. But because I am one time, I'm always looking for the one time. I'm looking to hit you with the one time. I'm looking to see how many one times you're throwing at me.
Josesito, what type of fear do you have for Keith's power?
The fear, I wouldn't say it's fear. Just acknowledge that every man has power to a certain extent. Every man hits hard. So, gotta be ready. Gotta stay sharp, keep defense tight, just like he has to. I think we all have to be smart in the ring.
Fear never belongs inside a warrior. I do not want to see a fearful warrior in front of me. Not today, not ever. And if there is zero fear in him now, that's exactly how he needs to enter the ring. But the real test is if he gets hit and doesn't get dropped, but just gets hit solid. What does the voice in the back of his head say? How much does it warn him? Everybody has power. Not everybody has this kind of power. You gotta know the difference between dynamite and C4. We'll see if at any moment fear arises inside Josesito Lopez. I've seen many people be fearless from the start and fearless for the end. But some, they shake before it happens. Some start to shake in the moment. He's clearly not shaking yet.
You're feeling it. You're feeling it as you look in Josesito's eyes. What are you seeing?
It's not what I'm seeing. It's what I'm sending. Faster, fitter, stronger, baby. Always. On a soul-to-soul level, he knows I'm coming for him. It doesn't matter. I give this to everybody. This is the fight game. Blood, sweat, and tears. I got an O. I'm not afraid to let it go. If you can beat me, beat me. Barclays, Brooklyn, the 26.
What's this fight gonna look like? Barclays is known for some action. It's the East Coast capital of wars. We gonna see another all-action fighter?
Look, I'm hoping to have one of the best fights of the year. If I could produce the knockout of the year, that'd be great for me, not great for him. And we'll see.
Let's get into predictions here. Saturday, January 26th, Barclays Center. Keith Thurman, what happens?
Done by 6. Easy work. We'll get to know each other. He'll get some respect, more than I've already given him. He'll probably fight for it. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting in there, finish the job early, have some good old New York cheesecake.
Josesito, prediction.
January 26th. I'm gonna get in the middle of the ring, and duke it out. And he's gonna realize that this is not what I expected. He's gonna look for a way out, and I'm gonna give him a way out.
Wow. Hashtag fired up. Saturday, January 26th, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, live on Fox. We are looking forward to it. Gentlemen, thank you. Thanks for joining us.